Welcome back to Colonel Samuel Smith Park in Greater Toronto, Ontario, for the 8th game of today's 2025 AFL Canada Men's Club Championship. Last game of today, a Pool A matchup, the Quebec Saints and the Hamilton Wildcats. Wildcats 0-1 after a loss to the Toronto Rebels. And the Quebec Saints also 0-1 after losing to the Calgary Kangaroos. Again, hot day here in Toronto, 26 degrees. What as hot as you might expect in October. But ready to get going on this one. And the ball up off the hands of the Wildcats. Defending, Saints going forward. Saints defending well. Kick towards, Wildcats defending well. They mark it. Wildcats are in black and gold. The Quebec Saints in their blue and white jerseys. No jersey clash this time, so they get to wear their jerseys not inside out, which is nice. Saints going forward. Picked up by Chris Moaning for the Wildcats. There is a handball. Cam Cochran had it. Picked up by the Saints. Here's number 70, Aaron Stone. It's off the hands of Jonathan Labrie. Kicks it down the line. Some weaving and diving by Jack Carey. Gets it to a teammate. Kicks it towards the Quebec forward 50. That's batted to Chris Savoff. Kicked now by Dustin Cowan. And that's a nice defensive mark there by 34, Stephen Walker, for the Wildcats. No score early in this game. Approaching 2 minutes into the first half. Again, these games are 2 20-minute halves. The 8th of 8 games here in day 1 of the 2025 AFL Canada Men's Club Championship. And that's going to be a holding the ball call. Will be a kick for the Quebec Saints. Quebec kicking left to the right of screen. Bradley Allen with the chance at goal here. Allen kicks at goal, looks to be right, and it stays right. So, did he score? Yes, so that's a behind and the first point of this game. So, Quebec will score first, but not as many as they were hoping. So that's 1 behind, 1 point for the Saints. Wildcats kick it out. Ball on the ground. Wildcats trying to get forward. Ooh, there's a big bump. Quebec Saint gets the better out of that, but that goes to Cam Cochran, and he'll take the mark and the free kick. Wildcats looking for their first score of this game. It's a high one. Off a couple of defenders' hands. It's handballed back by the Saints, and they'll nicely clear on a mark from Jack Carey. Jack Carey comes this way, picks up. He doesn't stay in. Aaron Stone. Ball went over the line. This will be boundary throw-in. 4 minutes into this first half. Saints with the only score. It was a behind, so they lead 1-0. Boundary throw in off hands. And Brett Wyborn has that briefly. Back to Jason Bush. Kicked forward. Wildcats chasing after it is Smith. Lots of players around the ball. Now to Stone. Stone just kicks it along the ground, but that works to Savoff. Scrambly play right now. Wildcats kick it forward. Can't mark it was Chris Moaning. And there was a whistle there. And free kick for the Saints. More than 5 minutes gone here. That won't be enough for a mark, but still keep possession was Brett Wyborn. A little bit too far for Mil Mensasa, and this will be a boundary throw-in as that ball went over the boundary. Off hands. Creighton kicks it forward. Good defending here by Quebec. Not a lot of room here in this one. Teams playing it tight. Approaching 6 minutes into this first half. Off hands going towards the Quebec Saints forward end. That's a kick that goes, the Hamilton Wildcats end. Picked up by 74 Chris Savoff. Long kick. 2-on-1. The Wildcats gain a bit of advantage, but does go to the Saints. Here's a quick little kick. Too far for L'Alberte, but he picks it up. Oh, he loses the ball in a tackle, and that will be given. That will give the ball back to the Wildcats on a free kick. Long kick wide for the Wildcats. They go down the line. Too far there on the wing, and they lose possession again. Almost 7 minutes gone here in the first half of this game. Still looking for a first goal. The only point, the Quebec Saints behind, so they lead 1-0. In the ruck battle, there was Quebec trying to defend. There's a mark there, nice mark there for the Wildcats. And they'll see if they can get another entry in their forward 50. Still looking for their first points of this game. Play has been pretty even. Free kick given to the Saints. Which gets them out of danger. That really gets them out of danger. Nice mark, plays on. Kick down the line. Long one. Batted by Phil Manassa. And that's a holding the ball call. Will be a free kick to the Wildcats. A lot of ball between the 50-meter arcs right now, going back and forth, but neither team really able to gain possession for long periods of time. And that's given right back to the Quebec Saints. And another mark there to the Wildcats. So ball going back and forth. Down the line. Unable to mark there. Handball towards the middle. Tries to kick it off the deck. That doesn't work. Quebec picks it up. High kick in the midfield. Off hands. There's a nice tackle there by Cam Cochran. And actually they gave it, Cochran was involved in the tackle. and that is who they give the free kick to. So holding the ball, Cochran with the ball for the Wildcats. There's a long kick, but that looks to be right in the hands of the Saints, and it does. There's a quick handball to Brett Wyburn. And big jump for it. Can't come down with the ball. Wildcats. Here is Cinco on the ground. And coming through here is Wildcats. Kick it down into their forward 50. Saints defense, though, is able to get the ball. Kicks it towards the wing. Stays in the right side of the boundary. Here come the Saints. That's Morgan White, and that's a little bit too far there for Chris Savoff, and that will be over the line. Will be boundary throw-in. Approaching the midpoint of this first half. Just 1 point scored. That one by the Saints. All thrown in off several hands. White handballs it to Savoff. Kicks it towards the forward 50. Can't quite take the mark. Quebec, though, challenging here. Running. Wildcats defense holds. Again, coming back. Stone, and that looks like that's a free kick to Stone. Kick wide. Picked up is Brett Wyburn. Kick to the hot spot. Can they get a mark? And I think they do. That's nice. Took him 2 tries, but is able to come down with the ball. We see if we have our first goal of this one. Just 11 minutes into this first half. Phil Manassa. Kicking into the shade now as the Toronto afternoon continues on. Manassa looking for the first goal of the game. Kicks it, looks pretty good. And no, not good enough. That will be a behind. So that will be the second behind of the Saints. No goals in this game, only score 2 behinds by the Quebec Saints. No score for the Wildcats. Chasing after the ball. Saints get the ball again. Here is Boudreau. Handball. Oh, that's a nice tackle. Jimmy Smith with the good tackle. No prior opportunity, so that will be thrown up. Less than 8 minutes left here in the first half. Wildcats clear. Kick to midfield. 2-on-1 though for the Saints. They don't gain possession, but bat it forward. They still have numbers. Back come the Saints. Kick towards their forward 50, but it's a defensive mark there by Stephen Walker. Walker. Little quick kick to Jimmy Smith. Kick wide towards, but picked up by the Saints off the hands of Brett Wyburn. Saints now. Here's a kick by Carey. Off defensive hands. Here's a dangerous situation. Wildcats can clear from in front of the goal. Still in the forward 50 for the Saints. Wildcats banging it forward. Picked up. Down the line. Here's a handball. Well done. Kicks it. Up in the midfield. Saints pick it up again. Here's Jack Baker. But his kick goes in the midst of the Wildcats, and that will be a mark. Now in the hands of Bradley Allen. Wildcats looking for their first points in this game, but are only behind by two points. Off hands, there's a whistle there. And that's a free kick. To the Wildcats. Quick handball, but he's taken right away. That goes to no one in particular. The Saints take possession again. Good defending there, but the Saints get the ball again. Some handballs. Here's a kick to a wide open Chris Savoff. And he's going to have a kick at goal here. The shade is extending that into the ground. Looks like he will be taking the shot here. Still looking for our first goal in this game. The Saints lead by 2. 2 behinds, the only scores in this one. Kicks away. It looks right. Looks way right. And waiting to see if it looks like it's out on the full. And it is. So Wildcats with the free kick. Deep in their defensive end of the ground. Less than 5 minutes left in the game. Takes a bounce. Kicks it towards a teammate. Doesn't find them though. And the Quebec Saints looking for blood. That one goes to no one in particular. Saints picking the ball up. That's a nice handball. There's a kick by Dustin Cowan. High one. A little bit shallow there. And that's a handball that goes over the boundary line. That would be a boundary throw in there deep in the pocket of the Quebec Saints scoring end. Oh, sorry. Looks like it's a free kick to the Wildcats. There's a short kick to 58, and that not marked. Victor Cinco tries to clear it, but through the middle, pretty dangerous. Saints get possession. They get a kick at goal, but again, that goes way wide and will be out in the full. Just over 3.5 minutes left here in the first half. 2-0 to score in favor of the Quebec Saints. Wildcats have yet to score in this game. Oh, what a mark! Came across. Paid for it, but he's also paid the mark. And this will give the Quebec Saints another opportunity to get it deeper in their forward 50. That goes off hands, though. Wildcats have to defend. There's a nice handball. Long kick down the line. It finds grass. Which kind of hands will it, whose hands will it get to? The Saints hold it. Long kick into the Saints forward 50, and that's a nice mark by Manasseh. Phil Manasseh. Tough in a marking contest. And we'll see if he's the first that can kick through the big sticks here. Save from about 35. It's away. It looks left and it stays left. Third behind of the game. Saints lead 3-0. Just one kick in it for the Wildcats, though. Still in the first half. Just over 2 minutes left in it. Again, 2 20-minute halves in this format. I have to think the first team to get a goal the way this game is going would be huge. Hasn't been easy to get opportunities at goal. There's a mark, quick handball, quick towards goal, and it goes a little bit right. And that's another behind for the Saints. No goals for behinds, 4 points for the Saints. Wildcats still looking to score. Wildcats will try to clear it out of their defensive end of the ground. Nice long kick. Can somebody mark it? They don't. Lots of players around the ball. Wildcats trying to get some possession here. It's been the Quebec Saints mostly with the ball, but they get some possession. There's a handball. Quebec playing them tough. Here's a kick towards the Quebec Saints forward 50. Off the hands of Allen. Kick towards goal. That's off of hands and will be the Saints' 5th behind. No goals, 5 behinds, 5 points for the States. For the Saints, Wildcats have yet to score. Kicked up the line. In the waning seconds of this first half, reminder that our score clock is not the official score clock. There can be differences between ours and the official score. In the corner, and there is the horn. That ends the first half of this last game, the first half of the last game of day 1. No goals in that first half. The Saints get 6 behinds to lead by 5. So that's a Saints 5, Wildcats 0. We'll be back for the second half of this last game of the day of the 2025 AFL Canada Men's Club Championship. See you in approximately 3 minutes and 53 seconds.
Google Forms now accepts payments. The Payable Forms add-on allows for seamless integration of a digital checkout with your Google Forms. Install the Payable Forms add-on. Link your payment provider. Share and get paid. Your customers can use Apple Pay, Google Pay, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, Cash App, Venmo, and more. Save time and hassle by automating your payment process quickly and simply. Payable Forms gets you paid.
Play for fun. Play for fitness. Play for glory. Play for community. Play for club. Play for country. Play for each other. Play because you love playing. Play footy. Visit AFLCanada.com and find a club near you today.
Hello and welcome back to Colonel Samuel Smith Park for the last quarter of the first day of the 2025 AFL Canada Men's Club Championship. This game's still looking for its first goal. The Quebec Saints with a 5-0 lead on 5 behinds. We'll see what this 20 minutes has in store. Hot day here in Toronto, 27 degrees. The horn, and we're about to get underway. There's the ball up. Saints pick up the ball. Nice handball under duress. Going forward for the Saints. Tries to bat it forward. There's Manasseh. A little kick. Gets it to Boudreau. Kick wide. Wildcats having to defend early here in this first quarter. That looked like a high tackle, and it is. A free kick to the Quebec Saints in their forward part of the ground. See what they can do here. This game's still looking for its first goal, but there's a nice mark there. Jack Carey. Carey looking for the Saints, and indeed this game's first goal. Have to think the first goal in this game will be very important. It's been really hard to get scoring opportunities. So kick is away, looks pretty good. And they like it. There's off the post. So that's going to be another behind for the Saints. So they have 6 points and 6 behinds. A goal in the difference, even though we haven't had one yet in this game. Wildcats trying to clear. That's a high, long kick through the hands of the Wildcats player. Picked up by Cowan. Kick towards forward 50 off hands. Picked up. Here is Savoff. Kicked forward. Quebec now in the right end of the field, but unable to get clean possession. Wildcats clear to midfield off hands. Picked up by the Saints. This is Ken Boudreau. That kick a little bit short, but Quebec keeps possession. That handball goes in the hands of the Wildcats, who attempt to get going. This game's still looking for its first goal. There's a kick by Adam Stone. Manassa. Tough to play against as a forward. Picked up now is Carey. Carey kicks towards goal, and I think we have our first goal of the game. We do. The Quebec Saints kick the first goal, this one. 1 goal, 6 behind, 12 points to no score for the Wildcats. 3 minutes into this second half. Have to say that that's a big goal at this point. It's obvious that scoring has not been an easy thing to get done in this game. And now the Saints have a 2-goal lead. Quebec off the tap, but the Wildcats gain possession. Here's a kick, and can't mark that, but picks it up. Little handball to Cam Cochran, and then a nice tackle. And looks like we have an injury. Sportsmanship showing there. Quebec Saints get the free kick on the holding the ball call. That's kicked and a mark there for Jack Carey. Carey slowing it down. Have to think that the Saints feel that the clock is their friend. They're not going to rush. Oh, there's 2 players after him, and high tackle there. So he gets another free kick. Carey kicks, and a big leap and a mark there by Morgan White. Quebec now. Sideways. And that is marked by the Wildcats. Getting Wildcats in black and gold. Saints in blue and white. Off hands. Saints get it. This is Morgan White. Marked by Bosch. Another mark there. Let's see the number, but this is good play by the Saints. Look to be getting even more of the play here in the second half. They lead by 12 on 1 goal and 6 behinds. Wildcats yet to score. See if they can extend the lead. Kick is away. We'll have the journey. Does it have the accuracy? It does. That's their second goal. That puts them in a 3-goal lead. 2 goals, 6 behinds, 18 points. No score for the Wildcats. Tribal Sport, official tournament partner of the 2025 Men's Club Championship. With more than 20 years of experience and deep understanding of the international footy market, Tribal Sport is your source for high-quality on- and off-field apparel. Visit tribalsport.com.au to order your club's merchandise today. A big goal there for the Quebec Saints. They lead by 18. Hamilton Wildcats do have the ball. Need one here soon. Over 13 minutes left in this one. They do have a free kick. Be a long kick. Kick to the pocket. Big leap. No one takes down the mark. Here's a little kick from the pocket. Goes off of hands. Here's a kick at goal. And that will be the first point for the Wildcats. Not the sixth they're looking for, but it is a behind, and it gets them on the scoreboard. Quebec Saints lead by 17, 2 goals, 6 behind, 18 points. The Wildcats 1 behind, 1 point. Saints with a nice mark there. Handball going through the middle. Can't mark it. Players falling all over the place. Desire and the ball is high right here. Bosch is in there. Handball to Wyburn. Ball stuck in that area. Lots of players around the ball. Umpire says, I want it. He's going to throw it up. Saints get the touch and get the free kick. So Saints leading by 17, have current possession, and they get a mark. So this will be good for the Saints. They're certainly comfortable with killing as much of the clock as possible. Kicks down the line. That's just off of hands. Florian Troche. And a kick for goal. I think it could be. Yeah, it's a goal for the Saints. Extends their lead here. Saints 3 goals, 6 behinds, 24 points to just 1 behind for the Wildcats. Just over 11 minutes left here in this second half. Mark there for the Wildcats, looking for their first goal of this game. Just have the 1 point. Saints defending hard. Wildcats trying to get possession. Big tackle, and umpire will throw it up. Just about halfway through this second half. Saints lead by 23. In the pocket. That goes over the boundary line. Will be a boundary throw in. Wildcats formed in 1990. Looking for their first goal in this one. Quebec Saints with a 23-point lead. That kick is smothered. Lots of play right in front of the goals. Kicked away by the Saints. Chasing after it is Scott. Can pick it up. He's tackled high, and that will be a free kick for the Wildcats. Probably too far to score here. Seeing if he can get a mark from a teammate. Kick, and that's always was going to Bosch. And that's a mark and a free kick for the Saints. They'll clear. Long kick to midfield. Off of Manasseh. Still they gain possession. Saints have a bit of space here. Should be able to get forward, and they do. Nobody on the mark there. Tries a bounce. Doesn't go well, but he still keeps possession. That is a kick towards his teammate, and that's a nice mark by Carey. He's going to have another chance for a goal. Wildcats were threatening, but once the Saints gained control, they were just able to have a succession of kicks and were able to get a mark in their forward 50. From about 30 meters, probably from where he kicks it. Taking his time. 8 minutes left in this half. The kick is away. Looks pretty good. And it is good. There's another goal for the Saints. Their fourth. And they now have a commanding 29-point lead in this one. Took a while for the goals to come, but they have certainly been coming frequently here in the second half for the Saints. As we have a 29-point lead. Saints get the tap. Off hands for the Wildcats at first, but now the Saints have possession again. So picked up by Carey. Carey running with it. Here's a long kick from the 50-meter line, and it's through for a goal. What a goal there. And that's the Saints are just running through this game now. Five goals, 6 behind, 36 points for the Saints. 1 behind for the Wildcats, so a 35-point lead for the Saints. They're marching right now. Have the ball again. Seems like they've had a lot of it here in the second half. And here's another kick at goal. Looks good, and it is good. Another goal. Yassine Bausch. Six goals, 6 behinds, 42 points. Wildcats with 1 behind. Easy to forget that this game was within a goal at halftime. But the Saints have been marching here in the second half, and they've taken a commanding lead. It seems to be all Saints right now. Held up. 5.5 minutes left here in the second half. Ball up. Hamilton attempting to gain possession. Bouncing among a bunch of players. Or Crawford there. Picked up by the Wildcats. They get it forward. Can't take the mark. Nice handball there. Kick towards goal. It goes wide. And not sure what the call is here. Jordan Garwood there. Like it's a boundary throw-in. Wildcats threatening. Still looking for their first goal in this game. In the shade here. Hot Toronto afternoon in October. That's held up. And a whistle. 4.5 minutes left here in the second half. Last game of day 1 of the 2025 AFL Canada Men's Club Championship. Ball now picked up by the Saints. That ball goes wide. It does bounce before the line. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Wildcats looking to score a goal here. Get a little bit of consolation. As I said, it was just a 6-point lead for the Saints after the first half. So it's really been, this has been the half that the Saints have been marching for sure. Anyway, Saints now have the ball again. Kick towards their forward 50, but that's a intercept mark by Charles Thompson. That kick is only to a Saint. And nice handball there. Quebec Saints in possession and kick, but that's an intercept mark by Jeff Berleski. Pronounce that one wrong. Anyway, Quebec Saints have the ball again. Jack Baker. Hamilton Wildcats having to defend again. Ollie Nacy. Good job. And then their ball gets to Phil Manassa. And we know he knows how to kick it. Tough angle. But not a far kick. We'll see what Phil does. He turns around and kicks. He likes it. It's another goal for the Saints. Nice kick there by Manassa. And the Saints get their 7th goal. With just over 2 minutes left here in this game. Hemingway's Restaurant and Bar, the official after-party partner of the 2025 Men's Club Championship. Famous for the rooftop patio right in the heart of Yorkville, Hemingway's Restaurant and Bar offers delicious pub food, events, and international sports. Visit hemingways.to to book your reservation today. Saints gain possession again, going towards their forward 50. They're in the forward 50. There's a nice kick, and that's right in the hands of Jack Baker. That's kicked towards goal. And it's going to be another one for the Saints. They're 8th. 8 goals, 6 behinds, 54 points for just 1 behind for the Wildcats. Wildcats were 2-7 in the 2025 AFL Ontario regular season. They were 5th and did not make finals. It looks like Quebec's going to take this one over them today. Wildcats, though. Yamada. Kick towards Garwood. He can't come down with it, and the Saints defend. Just kick it to space. They get to it first. There's a nice mark, and Carey takes it. Takes a bounce. Causes him to slow down. Nice handball there, though, to White. Morgan White. There's to Manassa. Manassa's kick goes a bit awry, and the Wildcats will able to stem the tide here. That kick. Nice mark there by Liam Batchelor. Kick that, and there's the horn to end the game. The Quebec Saints with a big 53-point victory over the Hamilton Wildcats on 8 goals, 6 behinds, 54 points to the Wildcats, 1 behind, 1 point. Here in the last game of day 1 of the 2025 AFL Canada Men's Club Championships. I hope if you've stayed with us all day that you've enjoyed all the great Australian rules football that have been played here today. But we have plenty more tomorrow. We start at 8 o'clock Eastern with the Toronto Eagles and Grand River Gargoyles. Then Pool B matchup, then a Pool A matchup between the Hamilton Wildcats and the Calgary Kangaroos. A Pool A matchup between the Quebec Saints and the Toronto Rebels. A B matchup between the Atlantic Pirates and Toronto Dingoes. Then that women's plus showdown between Team Quebec and Team Ontario. And then it's going to be the 4 finals games. Lots of great Australian rules football tomorrow. Come down to Colonel Samuel Smith Park near the campus of Humber College to see it live. There is no cost to come down. So if you're in the area, highly recommend it. But thanks for all the volunteers. Thanks to our sponsors here for the 2025 men's club championship. Tribal Sport, Payable Apps, Hemingway's Restaurant and Bar, EMM Consulting, and big thanks to our official streaming partner, eThereLIVE, and to Matthew for his great help with the scoreboard today, and to all the team from eThereLIVE. I'm David Smith. I'm signing off for the day. We'll see you tomorrow for more great footy action. But this is the end of day 1 of the 2025 AFL Canada Men's Club Championship. See you for now.